and welcome. This is Good Evening KU. This is actually the first Good Evening KU of 2015, and we're so happy to have you watching. My name is Sky Conley.
I'm Griffin Hughes.
So, it's a new semester, it's a new year, a lot going on, there's a lot to do. So, Griffin, I want to know what kind of plans and goals do you have for yourself this year?
For myself in this next semester, I just want to do as much as I possibly can. You know, I'm a big sports guy, so covering a lot of sports, being a part of softball and baseball, and then also doing a lot of basketball too. But then also having a lot of fun with it, you know, producing shows. I do 785 Live on KUJH. It's actually tomorrow at 6, so check it out. I'm just trying to have a lot of fun with that. How about yourself? What are you trying to do this semester?
Yeah, I'm trying to get more involved. This is actually one of about 3 shows I'll be working on this semester, so I'm very excited.
Good for
very
you.
excited to be in front of the camera and to also learn the basics behind the camera. So I've got a lot planned. I hope to sort of break my shell even more since I'm here, and you kind of have to do that as a journalist. You know, you got to put yourself out there and just be up for anything. And so I hear you're actually working the women's basketball game tonight?
Yeah, I am. The women have a big game against Texas Tech. They played Baylor tough a couple days ago. Obviously, Baylor, the number 3 team in the country, so it's tough to beat them, especially in Waco. But they played them tough. They had a lead in the second half, so they're coming into this Texas Tech game with a lot of momentum, even coming after a loss. So I'm really excited to see what happens, and then I'm excited to get all of the post-game content onto YouTube, onto 785 Live, and then show it to everybody tomorrow. I'm really excited to get all that started, and it's going to be a great end of the season. The women are putting together a really good-looking run, and so it's going to be great to watch.
Well, I'm actually glad that you're the one that actually knows sports, because I really don't know anything. How'd you get sort of involved with sports here at KU?
When I first made my visit, I talked to one of the assistant deans from the J School, and I told him I wanted to get involved. He gave me Tim Cornell's email, and Tim runs the radio. And so I talked to him. He told me how to get involved. I started doing a podcast. It's called EPL from LFK. It's on kjhk.org. Check that out anytime. But I started doing that, and then I just started to volunteer for everything I could get my hands on, and now I'm here doing Good Evening KU. So, what's your field of study? Where do you like to go?
Right now, as far as what I want to do, I'm thinking I want to actually go into radio.
Okay.
Or possibly also video broadcasting as well. There's a lot of options and a lot of opportunities out there, so we'll see. Working here at Media Crossroads has been kind of my project, if you will, for this year. So maybe next year I'll be down at KJHK, which is the radio station. But I hope to continue some work here at Media Crossroads because I've really enjoyed it, because I was on Good Evening KU last semester as well.
Media Crossroads, it's fun to be here. KJHK, it's they're good people down there. I work there all the time, so they're great people to work with, and it's a really great station. So you'll be in good hands when you go there. We've got an international show today, or should I say an international segment. We've got Bella Without Borders coming up next, and I'm really excited to see that. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of nuances to policy in the Middle East that I think a lot of people don't really see or understand, so it's going to be really fun. It's going to be eye-opening.
All right.
And in an international story, 2 tons of dead cats. It's not that funny, but it was a story. It was a story in the Daily Mail.
Cal Butcher, our head guy, suggested that we talk about it, but I was like, probably not.
Not your thing. Well, I mean, it's worth mentioning. In the Daily Mail, there was an effort trying to rescue some cats that were going to get fed to people in Vietnam. They rescued the cats, but the truck they were transporting them in turned over. So relatively minor in terms of the other news stories that we'll be covering in this show, but I guess with our international segment coming up next, it's worth mentioning, right?
Yeah, and on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be with Bella Congemi. Welcome back. I'm Scott Conley, and I'm here with Bella Congemi, one of our own here at Good Evening KU. Welcome, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, just tell us a little bit about yourself before we go into what you have planned for Good Evening KU this semester.
Well, my name is Bella Congemi. I am a sophomore here at KU. I'm a journalism major, and my minor is actually Middle Eastern Studies, and that's kind of how I got involved with doing all this, what I'll be showing you for this whole semester for Good Evening KU.
And you're going to be having a segment called Bella Without Borders, is that correct?
Yes, so it's called Bella Without Borders, and the whole kind of theme of it is kind of just to show you guys that what is going on day to day in the Middle East, and to really open your eyes and tell you what we have to know, what you need to know, and talk about misconceptions that are in the Middle East, and not only talk about that, but the beauty that's in the religion, the region, and culture, everything within the Middle East.
Right. And you actually have a video for us?
Yeah, so if you, we'll go take a look at the video, and that will show you a glimpse of what I'll be talking about this whole semester. However, these misconceptions are due in part to recent insurgents and Islam-fueled terrorist attacks.
This just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center.
ISIS is a former affiliate with the terrorist network Al-Qaeda, who supported ISIS in Syria and Iraq until recently. The aim of ISIS is to install a caliphate, a Sunni region of Syria and Iraq where they can impose Sharia law and rule as its government.
The White House strategy against ISIS is
On the
working.
streets of Beit Hanun in the north of the Gaza Strip. Most residents are just staying indoors, trying to remain safe.
This is CNN Breaking News.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream, and that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time.
There is beauty in these regions, cultures, and religion. It would be wrong to define them by individuals who represent all that is bad about mankind.
Wow, that was actually like really well put together.
Thank you. I got a lot of clips from CNN and some things on YouTube, and I just sort of put things together to show you we have misconceptions of the Middle East, like I said before, and some breaking news that obviously is very crucial and very important, and things that we need to learn about and what really caused that and who did that and all those things. But also we need to kind of remember the beauty of the Middle East.
Right. So I just wanted to know, why do you think it's important to have something like this here at KU? And do you wish to see more segments and shows like this out for like a broader audience than just here at the university?
Yeah, as a journalist or aspiring journalist, I really try to show people valuable journalism and inform them with what is true and what is not true. And I think it's really hard, especially I mean, for students, for anyone to really get misconceptions and to not understand or know what's going on, because we hear so many things day in and day out of what is going on in the Middle East, and it's hard to really grasp it all and gather all that information. So it's what I'm trying to do is show people and inform people what is going on. And I'm not an expert myself. I'm a Middle Eastern Studies minor, like I said, so I am trying to brush up on my facts, and learn every day about things. But this semester, I'm going to try and get experts to have interviews with them or talk about things with them that I don't know about and try to inform everybody about them.
Okay. So a lot of what the video was centered about and what you've talked about is, sort of going against these misconceptions and telling everyone about the reality. What's some of the other goals that you have with having this segment?
Well, I think just as I mentioned, really, just to inform people, even the basics, or just to teach them a little bit more, or, just to eye-open people about what is going on.
Okay. And how did you get involved with Middle Eastern Studies here at KU?
I actually grew up with my best friend, and she's Middle Eastern, and so I just grew up with her religion and culture and everything, and was so immersed in it that I loved it so much, and that's really it. But this whole semester, I'll go and talk to you guys about how I go about doing this, and I really am looking forward to showing you this whole time.
All right. Now, for one last question, is there like one particular issue or topic that you want to focus on?
I don't think necessarily there's one. I think they're all very important. So I just, I think that's really it, just to touch base on each thing individually.
Okay. Well, thank you for having this interview, and thank you for joining us. And we're very excited to have something like this on our show. So we're very lucky to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna have Rosie and Amber with the news. Stay tuned.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hi, I'm Rosie Pike. And I'm Amber Vandegrift. This is your Good Evening KU News Update. The Douglas County Traffic Safety Commission denied a request to establish a no parking zone on the north side of 6th and Mississippi Streets. Multiple Lawrence residents voiced their concerns about the dangers of the intersection. Parking spots at Bob's Imports can obstruct a driver's view of traffic. The board will enact a 15-minute parking zone within 50 feet of Mississippi Street.
And recent studies show that breast cancer deaths have dropped drastically over the past 20 years. According to the American Cancer Society, deaths have dropped 34% in the period between 1990 and 2011. This equates to 200,000 deaths prevented. Researchers believe that increased awareness is a significant factor in the decline and expect the drop to continue.
First-year Kansas football coach David Beatty has wasted no time this offseason on the recruiting trail. The former Texas A&M wide receivers coach may be trying to use his roots in the Lone Star State to KU's advantage. According to the University Daily Canton, 14 of the 17 recruits signed have come from Texas. Beatty has also attracted 4 junior college players, also from the Longhorn State.
The Centers for Disease Control released a report stating that 1 in 4 American non-smokers are exposed to alarming levels of secondhand smoke. Approximately 700 cities and 26 states have passed anti-smoking laws in public places such as bars and restaurants to provide a healthier environment for non-smokers. The CDC estimates that about 58 million people are still being exposed to secondhand smoke.
The wait is finally over as prominent author Harper Lee announces that she is publishing a second book. Lee is the author of the critically acclaimed classic To Kill a Mockingbird. The second book is titled Go Set a Watchman and details the adult life of Scout, the main character from the first book. According to Lee, Go Set a Watchman was actually written before To Kill a Mockingbird. However, Lee's editor encouraged her to write a book with Scout as a child first. The sequel is set to be released July 14th.
And that will wrap it up for the news update now. And after a short break, we'll be back with Griffin and Jordan for the weather. Thank you.
Welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Griffin Hughes. Joining me is Jordan Watkins with the weather. He's up on top of the Kansas Union right now. Jordan, break it down for me. How's it looking?
Well, it has stopped snowing. I think we probably got a little more than an inch, but definitely not more than 2 inches. It's about 20 degrees outside right now, which I can assure you it is very cold.
Jordan, where are you from?
I am from Wichita.
You're from Wichita, so are you used to cold weather like this, or?
I'm not used to being outside in it, and I'm a freshman, so, in the past when it's cold, you run from the car right inside. This campus thing is new to me, but it's not terrible.
So you said we got 1 inch of snow. Are we expected to get any more in the next week?
We are not expecting any more within the next few days.
How about the temperatures? Are they going to go up or down?
Tomorrow will be a little warmer. There's a high of 37, but for tonight, it's only going to get colder.
Okay, well, I guess 37 will take what we can get, right? Anything else to add? Anything else you have to add?
I'm ready to go inside.
Well, come on down then. I don't want to keep you outside too long. Thanks, Jordan. Thank you to Jordan Watkins for our weather update. This has been Good Evening KU. Thank you so much for joining us. For the entire crew here, I'm Griffin Hughes. Check out 785 Live tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on KUJH for all of your sports news. Women play tonight. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Go KU. Once again, thanks for joining us on Good Evening KU.